Let me ask you something. Do you make money at this little table tennis thing?
Not yet.
Do you have a job?
No.
2025 delivered some of the biggest, boldest, and most unforgettable movies ever. From epic blockbusters to stunning original stories, we're counting down the top 10 movies of 2025. Let's jump into the list. Number 10, Thunderbolts.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
Thunderbolts follows a group of operatives assembled by CIA Director Valentina Allegra de Fontaine for a covert mission involving a classified superhuman program. The team includes Yelena Belova, John Walker, Antonia Dreykov, and other figures with complicated pasts tied to government experiments and moral compromise. They are sent to infiltrate a secret facility, only to discover they have been manipulated into a deadly setup designed to eliminate them. During their escape, the group encounters a mysterious man known as Bob, who has been kept in suspended animation under unknown circumstances. Contact with Bob triggers intense psychological reactions, forcing each member to confront memories of trauma, guilt, and loss. As outside forces attempt to capture or neutralize them, the team slowly realizes survival depends on cooperation rather than competition. The story unfolds across multiple international locations, blending espionage, internal conflict, and the consequences of weaponizing people. Number 9, Bugonia.
Welcome to the headquarters of the human resistance.
Where's my hair?
Bugonia presents a surreal narrative centered on radical scientific experimentation and its effects on human identity. The story revolves around characters involved in research that blurs the boundary between humanity and insect life, creating biological transformations that challenge ethical limits. As the experiments progress, the researchers and those affected begin to experience psychological and physical changes that alter their sense of self. The film explores how obsession with innovation leads to unintended consequences that ripple outward into society. Conflicts arise between ambition and responsibility as characters struggle to contain what they have unleashed. Settings shift between controlled laboratory environments and destabilized ecosystems shaped by human interference. The narrative builds tension through escalating transformations and moral dilemmas, emphasizing the cost of progress pursued without restraint. Number 8, Marty Supreme.
Because I'm gonna step up.
Step up
I'm gonna
how?
step up in a way you can't even imagine.
Marty Supreme follows Marty, a talented table tennis player, navigating competitive and personal challenges in mid-20th century America. Raised in a working-class environment, Marty pursues athletic success as both an escape and a way to define his identity. His journey places him in contact with coaches, rivals, and figures who influence his development on and off the table. As his skill grows, so do the pressures surrounding fame, expectation, and discipline. Marty faces setbacks that test his resolve and force him to reconsider what success truly means. Relationships strain as ambition begins to clash with loyalty and personal values. The story charts Marty's evolution from a gifted amateur into a figure shaped by perseverance, sacrifice, and self-reflection. Number 7, Hamnet.
Spaces. Caves.
Hamnet is set in late 16th century England and focuses on the domestic life of William Shakespeare and his wife Agnes. The film traces their relationship from courtship through marriage as they settle in Stratford-upon-Avon and raise their children. Agnes is portrayed as deeply connected to nature and healing practices, while William divides his time between family life and his work in London's theater world. Their household life is disrupted when disease spreads through the region, ultimately affecting their young son, Hamnet. The narrative follows the family's experience of illness, grief, and emotional separation in the aftermath of loss. Agnes and William process their sorrow in different ways, leading to emotional distance and reflection. The story examines how personal tragedy reshapes family bonds and creative expression. Number 6, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
You're gonna add some, we're gonna get to the bottom of who killed Monsignor Wicks and why, and then that's it.
Wake Up Dead Man follows Detective Benoit Blanc as he investigates a mysterious death in the small town of Chimney Rock, New York. The case begins when a respected religious figure collapses during a church service under circumstances that suggest foul play. Blanc arrives to examine a community bound by shared history, secrets, and strained relationships. As he interviews clergy members, townspeople, and close associates of the victim, contradictions begin to surface. A young priest becomes an important figure in the investigation, offering insight into both spiritual and personal tensions within the town. The inquiry reveals motives tied to guilt, betrayal, and hidden past actions. The mystery unfolds through careful deduction as Blanc pieces together the truth behind a death that disrupts the town's fragile balance. Number 5. Weapons. Weapons centers on a suburban community shaken by a series of disturbing events that expose hidden connections among its residents. The story unfolds through intersecting perspectives as ordinary routines give way to suspicion and fear. Characters are forced to confront secrets buried beneath years of familiarity and trust. As the tension escalates, past actions resurface with consequences that can no longer be ignored. Relationships fracture as individuals struggle to protect themselves and those they care about. The narrative weaves together psychological unease and escalating danger, revealing how violence and secrecy can spread through a seemingly peaceful environment. The setting becomes a pressure cooker where truth and survival collide. Number 4. F1, the movie.
You're making a mistake, thinking that I'm just going to be some grateful kid who'll bend the knee to an old-timer.
The movie takes place within the world of Formula One racing, following drivers, teams, and engineers across a full competitive season. The story captures the relentless pace of international travel as teams move from one Grand Prix circuit to another. Central characters include elite drivers driven by rivalry, ambition, and the pursuit of championship glory. The narrative highlights the collaboration between drivers and their technical teams, emphasizing strategy, precision, and split-second decision-making. Off-the-track personal pressures and professional risks weigh heavily on those involved. High-speed races serve as turning points where careers and outcomes can change instantly. The film portrays Formula One as a global arena where physical danger and psychological endurance define success. Number 3. Frankenstein.
An idea took shape in my mind.
What manner of devil made him? I did.
Frankenstein reimagines the classic story through the perspective of Victor Frankenstein, a gifted surgeon driven by obsession. The narrative opens with Victor gravely injured in an Arctic environment, recounting the events that led him there. Flashbacks reveal his early life marked by loss, which fuels his desire to conquer death through science. As a medical student, Victor becomes consumed by experimental research, isolating himself from society. His work culminates in the creation of a living being assembled from deceased bodies. Horrified by the result, Victor abandons his creation, setting off a chain of tragic consequences. The story explores the relationship between creator and creation, examining responsibility, rejection, and the consequences of unchecked ambition. Number 2, Sinners.
Hey, I ain't mean to scare you. Thought y'all done forgot about me in here. Come on, open the door, let me on out of here.
Stay. Is you?
Sinners is set in the Mississippi Delta in 1932 and follows twin brothers returning to their hometown after years away. Their arrival coincides with unresolved family tensions and strained relationships within the community. A church gathering becomes a focal point where personal histories resurface. As the story unfolds, supernatural elements begin to intertwine with human conflict, challenging the characters' understanding of faith and fear. Music, particularly blues, plays a significant role in reflecting cultural identity and emotional struggle. The brothers are drawn into confrontations that blur the line between spiritual belief and physical threat. The narrative explores survival, legacy, and the weight of the past in a world shaped by hardship. Number 1. One battle after another.
What I'm doing here is I'm creating a closed circuit.
One battle after another follows a resistance movement, operating within a fractured political landscape. The story centers on Ghetto Pat, a former revolutionary forced into hiding after violent clashes with an opposing faction led by Colonel Lockjaw. Pat retreats with his daughter Willa, navigating life under constant threat. Their relationship becomes a central emotional thread as they move through unstable environments shaped by conflict. Meanwhile, allies from Pat's past regroup, each bringing their own motivations and histories into the struggle. The narrative moves between underground operations and open confrontations as power shifts and loyalties are tested. The story examines the personal cost of resistance, generational impact, and the endurance required to keep fighting when victory remains uncertain. Thanks for watching and staying through the full countdown. Let us know which movie stood out to you the most from this list. If you enjoy deep dives into movies like this, don't forget to subscribe for more countdowns and film stories.